Hello, everybody. Welcome to Having Your Say. I'm Robbie Smith. Coming up is part 2 of our coverage of the 50th year reunion of Harlan High School class of 1964. The event was held on October 25th, 2014 at the Hyatt Regency Chicago. It was a splendid and uplifting event. We continue now with speakers on the program at this grand celebration.
In addition to having a representative in the form of a principal, we also happen to have the John Marshall Harlan Alumni Association president. I would like to know how many people are active in the Alumni Association. Well, we're going to have to improve that also. So I'm going to invite Sharon Massey to come up, and I want you to meet her. Sharon?
Good evening, everybody. First and foremost, on behalf of the John M. Harlan High School Alumni Association, NFP, JMHAA, I congratulate you, the 1964 Harlan High School graduates, on celebrating your 50th anniversary. What a legendary milestone. The JMHAA officers for 2014 and 2015 are President Harold Jenkins, class of 72, Vice President Sean Hawk, class of 71, Secretary Mashana Manning, class of 88, and Treasurer Carl Avery, class of 69. I am Sharon Harvey Massey, class of 1965, and I know quite a few of you here because as a senior, that's all we knew. As a junior, rather, our seniors. I'm the JMHAA membership chair and past president. I would also like to say that you have 2 other past presidents within your class, and that's Ken Webb and Seth McCormick. And for the ladies in the house, I was the only woman past president so far. Okay, I represent us. Thank you. We are a nonprofit organization and are not affiliated with any for-profit organizations or individual classes using the John Marshall Harlan High School name, and we maintain a single identity. We provide support to our alma mater by assisting with the needs of the students as well as the school, the staff, and the faculty. All of our efforts and endeavors are directly related to Harlan Community Academy. We, as JMHAA, do not benefit financially. Our rewards are strictly from our volunteer humanitarian efforts in and through the school. That is our only purpose and goal. We were taught by Mr. T, Vernon Miller, Coach Howard, Ms. Hamilton Jones, Mr. Edward Robinson, some of whom are here this evening, and numerous other teachers to proudly honor our heritage at Harlan High. JMHAA seriously advocates that we remember from whence we came. We make a difference, and that difference has made a positive impact on the lives of the students at Harlan. I'd like to share with you this quote from Jesse and Brian Matteo. Even the smallest amount of caring for another person is like a drop of water. It will make ripples throughout the entire pond. And this is exactly what we are trying to do, make ripples into powerful waves. You, the class of 64, were and still are considered part of Harlan's glory days. Harlan's history is immensely rich with accolades and accomplishments that shine brightly for others to emulate. The needs of the students are much more complicated, complex, and catastrophic than when you all attended Harlan. Some of the difficulties Harlanites are experiencing today, and we as JMHAA are in the school and we know this, include but are not limited to poverty, gang violence, hopelessness, helplessness, and proper nutrition. We contribute to the students in school by participating in and providing members for the National Cares Mentoring Program founded by Susan Taylor, former editor of Essence Magazine. We co-sponsor annual career days with Harlan Community Academy, where alumni and friends of alumni share their career experiences with Harlan students. We pay graduation and activity fees for the students. We have purchased cheerleading uniforms, provided scholarships, supported ad books, sports banquets, etc., with the majority of this accomplished in our heyday of close to 200 dues-paying members and the Richard E. Thompson Fund. The board unselfishly gives enormous amounts of their personal time supporting Harlan. It is, however, difficult to meet our goals without financial support and donations. We are willing to do the work, but the funds are seriously deficient. Our dues since JMHAA's inception in 2001 remain at $25 a calendar year. Currently, we have 129 members. In 2008, after his untimely death, we established the Richard E. Thompson Fund for supplying basic student needs. Regretfully, this fund, as well as our treasury, is nearly empty. Please help us. We ask you to be our ambassadors. Graciously, I say thank you for giving JMHAA this golden opportunity to share with you our efforts and support and to sustain our diamonds in the rough, students at our alma mater. I leave you with this quote by Aristotle and our byline, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but it's a habit." And I am a Harlan Falcon. Mighty, mighty Falcons.
Thank you so much. What a dynamic leader we have for our Alumni Association. It's almost time for dinner, and so we are blessed to have a minister in our midst. She is one Ann Cog Smith, who is also a barrister, and so she's going to pray over us and this food.
I'm so glad I came today. How about you? I am so glad I came today. How about you? You know, one of my blessings is yesterday was my 27th wedding anniversary. And my husband and I both know it's God. And when I was 42, fact or fiction, I was blessed to have my first and only child, and she's 25 now. So I have much to be grateful for, and so do you. So let's give thanks. Most gracious Creator of everyone, we are honored and blessed to be here at such an auspicious occasion as our 50th class reunion. When we graduated in 1964, we didn't understand much about the world of adulthood we were entering. Our president and hope of service, John F. Kennedy, had just been assassinated the year before, and Dr. Martin Luther King would receive the Nobel Peace Prize after having marched and proclaimed his dream for all of us to ponder. Little did we know at that time that we would be answering the call to service of our country, some in the Peace Corps, some fighting wars, and some of us marching and voting for civil rights. We were the children of Dr. King's dream, and we wanted to do something for our country and also for ourselves. Some of us went to the armed forces, and some never came back. Some of us went to college. Some of us went to work and started families, and some of us got lost in the mean streets of Chicago and other big cities. You blessed us, however, that whatever path we came through, we are here today to celebrate one thing. You blessed us to survive, and we thank you. We are here and we see that we're not too old, and it's never too late to fulfill the dreams we thought about in 1964. Whether we are encouraging and teaching those who are coming behind or taking care of those who came before. We are all the fulfillment of the dreams you gave us when we graduated. So we pause at the beginning of this occasion to remember those classmates who are not here. Some have died, and some simply had other commitments. We pause to remember them and hopefully to smile at the memories we shared with them. Help us above all things to continue to bless each other with love and bless each other with peace and contentment. I'm reminded of a song we sang many years ago as Girl Scouts. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other gold. And so in closing, please turn to one of your golden friends and repeat after me. The best thing that has ever happened to me hasn't even happened yet. Now, Almighty God, bless this food that we're about to receive and bless this fellowship as we continue to give you thanks for our lives, health, and strength. Amen. Thank you.
We've been blessed to have two of our teachers present this evening, and our Vice President, Kenneth Webb, who's been my right hand in planning all of this, is going to introduce our guest speaker now.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening, Harlanites. Welcome once again to the class of 1964 50th reunion celebration. I'd like to acknowledge all of our former as well as current teachers at John Marshall Harlan High School and thank them for giving us the stepping stones for building our foundation for our careers. On behalf of the class of 1964, We would not have done it without you. What a blessing, and we will always remember your guidance and direction as we travel the path to adulthood. All former Harlan High School staff and administrators, please stand so we can acknowledge you. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you one of our speakers this evening, Miss Eloise Hamilton Jones, our beloved former English teacher and tonight's guest speaker. Hold it, just 1 second, slow down. She will discuss dedication to the betterment of the John Marshall Harlan High School Alumni Association and continuing legacy of educational empowerment in our community. Ms. Eloise Hamilton Jones.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me to your 50th reunion. I was just delighted when I was told that I was going to be here and that I was going to be one of the speakers. Now, the largest class, or rather the largest audience I have had is my classroom. So it has expanded somewhat. But I truly thank you for inviting me, and I want you to know that I am just overwhelmed because I loved Harlan. I was at Harlan for quite a few years, from 1961 until 1994. And I enjoyed all of those years. And the reason I left was because of the 5+5. So I decided I would go out and take that. But I'm delighted because I hold Harlan very near and dear to my heart. And I think Seth McCormick and Sharon Harvey Massey can tell you that because they sometimes take advantage of that. But I don't mind because I still love Harlan. I am the faculty advisor for the alumni. And I have to honestly say that I haven't done all that I wanted to do. But because my husband is ill, it takes quite a bit of my time. But I do what I can. But thank you, and I shall always be grateful that God placed me at Harlan. I take great pride and bragging rights to talk about Harlan when I get the opportunity. For example, Harlan was among the top high schools in Chicago during the 60s. Yes. And I have some more to add to that. Over 90% of the Harlan students went on to college and disciplined themselves to gain professions in all the professions from A to Z. Now you should give yourselves a hand for that. I'm not going to call any professions, but I'll just say, you name it, we have a Harlan graduate in it. And it is scattered across the country. So be very proud of yourselves. Now besides, you've heard this expression that if you are brainy, you don't look so hot. Or if you're beautiful, you're dumb. Well, that was not true of Harlan. Harlan had the brains and the beauty and all the handsome young men you wanted to see. And I think Ken Webb, and Ken, my name is Elsie. Ken Webb will agree with me because he married one of the beauties. And Seth just told me, and they still are married. And I'm sure that will be a record. I'm going to change the subject a little bit because Harlan has a serious, serious problem. The alumni need you. The school needs you to join. The students today are not at all like the students were when you were there. They have needs that you took for granted. They have serious needs. They are minimal needs we take for granted. We don't think anything of it. But there are children there who need funds. They need clothing. They need just about everything. Mr. Evans and Sharon did a good job telling you what they need, but they seriously need help. And if you would just join the alumni, just $25 a year. Now, you can afford that. Now, I'm not Mr. Thompson, but he would get on you, and you know that. So I don't want to do that tonight because this is your special night. But they seriously need help. There's a teacher who still lives in the neighborhood who shall remain nameless. She has adopted a family. She helps them with the mortgage. She buys clothes for the children for school. And she helps out with the bills. And she does not want anyone to know who she is. But she feels that there are many alumni who could do the same. Now, you may not be able to do that, but you can pay your $25. Join the alumni and pay your $25, and that would help a lot. I'm sure that the alumni would be very, very grateful if you did, and I'm sure Mr. Evans will too, because the school has many needs. He can tell you better than I can all the needs that the school has. So please consider joining tonight. Just $25 a year is all we're asking for. Now, in the event that you have time to spare, some of you are retired, perhaps you could give a half a day or afternoon to come up and mentor or tutor one of the students, or get a group together and come up and help those students out. I'm not going into details because Mr. Evans has done that, and so has Sharon. But there are so many things that the children need. And you would really help a lot if you joined the alumni. How many of you belong to the alumni? Okay, that might be a third. I want 100%. Now we can do better than that. And I'm going to quote something that I hope will touch your heart. A great leader once said, no race that does not take care of the young can hope to survive or deserve to survive. So you know what that means. Can we apply that to us? All right, think about that. No race can hope to survive. So now we don't want that to happen to our children. They need help. And just $25 a year is all we're asking for. If you're able to come up and volunteer to do something, do that. Sharon, do you have applications for membership with you?
I have applications, and also we're going to try to keep up. Let me finish.
Wait.
We have this for everyone to sign up here this evening at the Harlan grad. We have a database, and I'm also the one that keeps up our database. And so far we have like 20. We have a database, and I'm also the one that does the database. And right now we have 2,700 in our database, and we're trying to keep that up. I also started a database for Harlan Fallen Falcons, for our Harlanites that have passed on. So the alumni keeps track of all of that. We do not share our database. And that's just something that we promised to do when we started having it, and it's only for the use of the Harlan Alumni Association, not for profit. So I'm membership chair. I'm going to be sending out our annual mailing, which I do the last of November. We are 501c3, so your dues and donations are tax deductible. But if you can fill this out for us this evening, I have applications, I have receipts that I can give for the Richard E. Thompson Fund, as well as membership dues, and I have membership cards this evening. So anyone that's interested, you can see me, and you can also fill out for the book, and we can keep our database. And also, we're on Facebook. I didn't get a chance to talk to our webmaster before we left, but I think you can just Google Harlan on our Facebook, and it tells you everything we're doing, what's going on. James Patrick is our media person, and he keeps us informed of everything. And I'm asking you all, whatever you have that you can give the Alumni Association, we are your archivers. So just give it to us, and we'll keep it up to date. Thank you.
Now, don't just say tonight that I'm going to join. Join. Please join and support the school and the alumni, which also supports the school. Now, I'm not going to take up a lot of your time, but I would like to say, if you cannot mentor or be there to help those students with whatever their needs are, send that $25 in, or you can leave it tonight, and we'll be more than glad to take care of it. Now, please do that. Now, if you are not a member, please consider joining tonight. Let us help to give today's student at Harlan the experience to build the character, strength, and gain the educational opportunities that you had when you were at Harlan. Please do that. I'm going to end by saying God bless you. I love you all, and thank you for your time.
This ends part 2 of the 50th year reunion of the Harlan High School class of 1964. We will bring you part 3 in upcoming weeks. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm Robbie Smith.